Are you in the picture now? Go.
Have you ever felt like you could just sleep your life away? I have. Have you ever felt like you've just been an emotional train wreck and it never seems to get any better? I have. Have you ever felt like that life was giving you too many lemons and just wouldn't stop throwing them at you? I have. There are, according to Medical Health, it's a website, there are 19 million Americans right now that have depression. And that's just in America. There's no telling how many are in other countries. There are 3 different effects that can be caused by depression. They are your emotional well-being, you can be physically drained, and your family bonds can be ruined. Now, let's look into some of the effects of depression. There are some emotional effects of it. You just always feel sad. From personal experience, I remember when I would go like play the computer or play my DS, that I just stayed the same. I wouldn't feel happy. There was no woohoo or yay about anything. It was just total blankness. I just felt lost in the sea. And also, people with depression, they feel helpless, like the world is against them, that there's no hope, no way of getting out of it. They've lost their faith in everything. Now, let's take a look at the physical side of depression. First off, you want to sleep all the time. When I was on depression, I would just go out on the couch, get up from my bed, go on the couch, and just lay out and just curl up and sleep the whole day. I just didn't want to move at all. And according to the University of Maryland Medical Center, 90% of people with depression would agree with that statement. Now, you ache all over. You can have pains and ache all over. I remember when I was, from personal experience, my joints would feel heavy and slow and they would hurt. Even sometimes, there'd be just random shooting pains up my arms, my legs, and my backbone, just for no kind of reason, that would come and go, just like the wind. Well, that's all fine and dandy, but how does it affect you? Well, let's look into that now, shall we? Depression can hurt family, can destroy families, your bonds with family and friends. It takes time away from what families get to do. You have to go see the doctor, do visits with people just to get your depression under control. And that can take a lot of time away from family and friends. Also, according to the National Institute of Medical Health, not only would you have depression in most cases, but also you would have accompanying illnesses like social phobia, you would have social phobias, manic disorders, and so many more different kinds of illnesses. Now, all that time, you have to spend the money to pay for all that time. All those doctor visits, it comes back and bites you in the butt when you have to pay for it. Now, how many of you have to take medication for depression? I know I do. Now, the medication cost a lot of money to those that don't have insurance, and some people cannot afford to pay for them. Pretty sad, really. Now, as you can tell, depression is a major problem. Common, but major. Next, just remember the 3 effects that can happen because of depression. You can lose your mental health, your emotional health, your physical health, and you can lose ties with families and friends. Now, what do you do with all those lemons that life seems to throw at you? Well, as a famous quote says, when life throws you lemons, you make lemonade. Now the floor is open for questions. What causes depression? Well, there are many different. What causes depression? No one knows for sure, but there are many different signs, different causes. It can be like older people get it more often than younger people. Women get it more often than men. It can be something that's happened, like just giving birth or something, or a major depressing time. There's no particular pinpoint to cause of depression. Does anybody else have any more questions?
Are there other ways to alleviate depression other than a prescription?
Yes, they've tried out several different ways. One of them being like going to a psychiatrist or a counselor to let off some steam. Also, they've also tried shock therapies and even acupuncture. So there are many different methods that are being seen to as of right now.
So basically, medication is your best source of treatment.
That really depends on the type of person. Not every person with depression, medication won't solve it. Sometimes you have to go to other treatment options. But it seems like for most people, medication. But you've got to find the right medication with the right person.
How long does depression last?
Oh, that depends. It could be a week or 2, or up to several years. There's no definite time for depression. It can just come and go. Is that it? Well, thank you for your time, and thank you for coming.
Thank you. Thank you.